I thought we rushed the ball better, much better. We did a good job of running the football. We dropped 2 coverages. We gave them we ended up giving them 2 touchdowns. We dropped coverages that really affected us. But overall, our guys competed pretty good. It just felt like defensively, without watching it, it just felt like we gave up too many third downs. We needed just a couple more stops. But I thought we were able to rush the ball better. And overall, without looking at the tape, it looked like our overall protection was better. So we made some improvements. Came up short, which we don't like that, but we did make some improvements.
What made now the time to go with one guy at quarterback, and what made Allen that guy?
He practiced really well, and we thought that he gave us a good chance in this scheme.
Is that going to be consistent moving forward, or is it kind of up in the air?
I can't give you that answer right now.
Was there a point you considered maybe making a quarterback change in this game? Or
no, not in this game. I mean, I thought everything was going pretty good.
Mike, with those 2 blown coverages, from what you saw on the first run, were those schematic or execution?
We just had a bust. We just dropped coverage. The scheme was fine, but we dropped coverage. When somebody didn't cover their man, I guess is the best way to put it.
And it looked like kind of the whole game, Iowa State was getting a lot of separation with their receivers and catching the ball in space. Is that something you noticed, and was that?
Yeah, I did notice that. I talked a little bit about that in the third quarter to our guys, that we needed at times tighten down some, but I wouldn't disagree with that.
With the busts, do you feel it's is just common stuff, or is it understanding of the defense that's maybe playing into this, and still learning this scheme?
The drop coverage, I'm going to say it's probably a little of both. But we got to clean that part up, right? So we want to do the best we can to make them work hard and earn scores. In fact, the one I think was 4th and 4 or something. That one hurt a little bit.
When did Allen know he'd be the starter?
I'd rather not go into details and talk about all that.
What'd you think of the way Allen played?
Looked like he played pretty good. Decision making, what I've heard on the headphones, seemed to be good. I didn't hear of a lot of poor decisions, so I thought he played pretty good.
Well, when did it seem to start Cameron Epps at safety? There in the first quarter, they seemed like they were attacking him pretty often. And what did you see from him, and why did he get the start?
Well, Lyric's not here, and so we put him out there at a little bit different spot for him and played. And overall, I think he played pretty good. But a couple times they caught him out there.
I know you said the blocking seemed better, but it seemed like there was a few times where Allen was kind of running for his life almost. Do you still think the blocking was better, or is that,
Well, did you go to the last game?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, well, you can ask these guys in here. He ran for his life the entire game. This time he ran for his life a couple times. It was much better. That's just me looking now. I got to watch the tape, but that's just the feel I got. We got to improve and try to do it all the time, but overall I thought it did pretty good protecting him.
He showed off his wheels a little bit on that touchdown too, though.
His what?
He showed off his wheels a little bit on that touchdown.
Yeah, he moved around and made some plays. That was a nice concept we had with the quarterback run. We ended up with a couple extra gaps there, and then one of their guys jumped inside and he jumped outside and scored. So good concept.
It seemed like there was much more of an effort to get Ollie the ball. What went into that, and what do you think of the way Ollie handled that load today?
Well, we felt like there were some things we could do rushing the ball that gave us a chance to move the ball and score points. And having Ollie was in there quite a bit. I don't know. He had 18 carries. The style of defense with them, it was a little more of a pounding guy, bigger guy, based on that style of defense.
Through 4 games, what would you say your offensive identity is, and have you found what y'all kind of hang your hats on offense?
We want to be balanced. We want to be able to rush the ball for 4 yards a carry would help, and then we have to be good at play action pass and throwing the ball around a little bit. I told the team just from watching it, it looked like that Well, I thought we competed and got ourselves back in the game late. I was proud of them for that and got a stop, went down and converted a couple fourth downs, scored a touchdown. Had a chance. We got the ball back with, 2:30? Something like that. We didn't have any timeouts, but we put ourselves in a position to have a chance to win the game. We didn't get that done, but I thought the guys fought back and competed all the way through.
Cooper switched over to the left tackle, started over Birmingham. I guess what went behind that?
Well, they've played both. Birmingham has moved around a little bit. There wasn't any reason why, other than just trying to help Birmingham out with his body, with his recovery.
Mike, what's your level of concern with your defense right now?
Well, we need to do a better job on third downs. Concern. I'm not concerned. We're learning it. I think our guys are playing hard. We need to try to work through a couple drop coverages. We had a couple drop coverages a week ago and had a couple today. If we can work through those, I think it'll help a lot.
Was the footing an issue? There was some guys falling and stuff on some of
What's that?
Was the footing an issue? Some of those guys were falling.
I saw quite a few people slipping on both teams. It's a soft surface, and we had some guys slip. They had some guys slip.
Do you think it's still just minor things, just to figure out and you guys can keep moving forward?
What do you mean?
Well, I know this week you said it's just some minor things that you guys needed to figure out. Do you still think that's the case?
Well, it'll be that way. It's usually that way every week. But I thought some of the things that we've talked about getting accomplished, we were better at today. So we've got to keep working at it. Okay, we're not going to change everything. We just keep working at those things. And some of the areas that I thought we struggled, I thought we improved on. So we just got to keep doing the same things and improve. Defense has got to try to be as sound as possible and not drop coverage. And then if we did rush the ball better today on tape, we need to keep doing a good job with those concepts and continue to rush the ball better. So we have an open week, so we'll practice 4 days this week and get some good quality work on our base, both sides of the ball, and give them the weekend off and let them recover a little bit.
Is this a good time for the open week for you guys?
I think they're all good times. People ask that question. Once you've played 4 or 5 games, about time for an open week. So it's good as any.
I'm sure film will reveal what you can say about this better, but it seemed like there were a lot of times when there just weren't a lot of guys open for both in the film.
I would agree with that. I'm going to look at that real close, but that's what it looked like to me. That there were some times they were playing some man under, and guys were covered up pretty good is what it looked like.
Like you guys were driving to start the second half and then Bowman threw his first interception of the day. I know you guys still had a chance to win at the end, but how impactful could that sequence be, I guess, knowing that you guys were
they're all anytime you go negative in the turnover margin, it's going to factor in. There's no way to say it couldn't. There's been time. We won a lot of football games being -1 in turnovers, but our room for error right now is not as much. But overall, I thought he played pretty good and was on target most of the time with what he was doing. But again, we'll have to look at it on video and get a good view of it and grade him.
Could you tell what went wrong on that first interception? It was hard to analyze just from up top.
The one he was talking about?
Yes.
I think we had a bust. Again, I couldn't see it real good from down there, but I'll have to look and see.
On that 4th down touchdown to Rashad, and then he also hit Stribling while rolling to his left late in the game. Is that something Allen just did, or do y'all like putting him in that position? Is that something he's comfortable with?
I'm not following you.
Allen hit when Allen hit Rashad, he was rolling to his left for that touchdown, and then on the final drive, I think he hit Stribling rolling to his left on a third down. Is that something he did, or do you guys like John?
We moved the pocket some. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're in the pocket, sometimes we move the pocket. So,
Last couple. Worried with the 2 losses going into this bye week, are you worried about morale at all, or do the guys seem upbeat about things?
yeah, well, they're not going to be upbeat. I mean, I don't want them to be upbeat. I understand what you're asking. I'm not worried about their morale. I'm not worried about their team chemistry. The thing that I have to do is be honest with them. What I told them is the same thing I told you. My job is to look and see what happened, if we came up short, what went wrong, and how to fix it. But also, if we rush the ball better than we have all year, I have to tell them we ran the ball better than we have all year. Our protection, if that was better, we protected better in this game than we have maybe all year. I don't know without watching it. And I'm speaking offensively. Now, this defense is good. I mean, we all know that, right? So let's take into consideration what we did and what we got accomplished versus what could have very well been the best defense we played all year. So we improved in those areas. And then I tell the defense, it looked like we gave up too many third down conversions, and then we dropped coverage a couple times. And when you don't have a lot of room for error, those things show up. Now, there's been a lot of teams I coached and that happened and it didn't matter because we scored 59 points and nobody ever talked about a couple drop coverages. But there's not as much room for error right now. But I told them the same thing I told you, and then we'll evaluate the tape. And I asked them to continue to support each other and stay strong during a time of adversity. And so we get grades week to week. We've talked about this. And when you come up short, then you're dealing with adversity because your goal is to win each week. And I don't feel any issues with the team at all. I think they'll practice hard. You guys could look up top. You see better than me. In the last quarter, I thought we played hard. I thought guys were running the ball. Offense is fighting their ass off. Guys are trying to protect. Quarterback was running. Defense is trying to make plays. I thought we competed. As long as we do that, we'll continue to get better each week.
Last question.
Do you think this offense has the capability to get to those 50 point per game?
To get what?
To get to like 50 points? Or,
we're a ways away from that right now. We can improve and hit a few more big plays. Those numbers. You don't really see those numbers anymore. The running clock, the games go fast. Like, I don't know how many plays we had, but
72.
Yeah, both teams had 72 plays exactly, which was a little bit more than what we've been. It's been like 64. It's really as simple as just keep working and do what we're doing. Don't panic. Get a little bit better each week of the things that we're capable of doing based on our personnel.
Thanks, Coach.
Good. All right, guys. Thanks.